For Unit 1 Mastery Project on a technology tool, I chose to do Class Dojo. What is Class Dojo? Class Dojo is an app that is used as a behavior management and communication tool for teachers and for families. Through this app, teachers and parents can communicate with one another. Teachers can give the students both positive and negative feedback on Class Dojo by giving or taking away points. In the Class Dojo app, the teacher can give each student, each group, and the class as a whole feedback. Some examples of feedback that a student can receive is being on task, teamwork, participation, so on and so forth. In the picture below, we see that Coach and Nancy both have 3 positive points, while Miss has 2 negative points. It is very easy to integrate Class Dojo into a classroom. If a student is walking down the hallway the way that they're supposed to, the teacher can simply say, "I love Debbie's hallway procedures. She's getting a hallway point when we get back to the classroom." Another positive thing about Class Dojo is that it makes a noise when students get points. When the students hear the noise in the classroom, it makes them excited to do what they're supposed to do because they know their teacher is watching and giving out points. Here's a quick YouTube tutorial on Class Dojo. Enjoy!
Today I'm going to talk to you about Class Dojo, and this is a very powerful program that allows you to keep track of student progress using behavior and attendance and things like that. So let's go ahead and log in to www.classdojo.com, and I'm going to log in as a teacher. And I already have my information saved. So I log in, and what I'm going to do first is add a new class. Here's all my existing classes, but I'm going to show you how to start by adding a new class. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to select, these are going to be, let's say, 8th graders, and it's going to be math, and I'm going to name it 5th period. Next. And it's really easy to add students. You can either copy and paste from a list as you see on the right, or you can just start typing kids' names in. So I'm going to go ahead and type kids' names in, and I'm going to hit enter as I go. And they just pop right up right there. Okay, so now I have everyone typed in. You see the little avatars they have, and I'm going to hit next. This is an incredible feature. Here are all the positive types of behaviors that you can give to students. But what's great is you can actually add your own. So I'm going to add, I do bell work every day, so I'm going to add that you did a great job on bell work. And I can even pick whatever I want from here. Let's do a little check mark. All right. And you can also click negative behavior. So maybe in your class, a big problem is not having materials, which is unprepared too, but maybe materials are very important in your class and you want to show that they don't have that exact thing. So there we go. So I'm going to save and close. What's nice, if you see up here, you have import behaviors from another class. So you can just do this for one of your classes and then import it in every other class that you create. All right, so let's find our 5th period, and we're going to start the class. So here you can see that we have all of our students, and there's so many different things you can do with them. Let's start with the settings up here. You can make them much larger avatars if you don't have many students, or if you have a lot of students, you can make them much smaller, because you want to see them in one screen. That's very helpful. You can have combined totals or separate totals, meaning positive and negative. And then just show positive, just show negative, make a sound, don't make a sound, many different features. So you can play with that. So now let's say we go throughout the class and I call on Daryl, and Daryl, you did a great job helping others. Let's add 1. Oh, good, so that pops up. And we can turn that on and off if that pops up or not. And we go through Homer, you happen to not bring your materials to class. -1 for Homer. And we go through, and I'm going to attribute many different things. Robin was persistent, Lana participated, Violet helped others, things like that. You can also undo that one. Maybe you did it by accident, just hit the undo button. A very cool one here is award multiple students. So let's say I have a group of these 4 students were working together and they were working very hard. So I can just click on those 4 and I can say that they were working hard. You can also select all students. Maybe everyone was maybe being disrespectful, which hopefully they wouldn't be, but they would be being disrespectful. So you can give that award to everybody at once. So you go through an entire class and people do a lot of good things, a lot of bad things, and you can see it keeps that running total. Okay, so you can see here, going back to the settings, you can kind of see, turn sounds on and off. You could just show the overall positive students, or you can say you don't want to show the negatives. You don't want to have the thing pop up, and you can have separate totals. You can see the positive and the negative. Positive obviously being green, negative being red. I'm going to show you the attendance feature. With the attendance feature, everyone's already counted as present. The green means present. Now, if I click on Homer once, that means he was tardy. The yellow pops up. If I click on him again, that means that Homer was absent. So you can go through and then click on him again, back to present. And you could say these 2 were tardy, this one was absent, and this one was absent. And there you go, save attendance. Very nice feature. Another good feature is an embedded timer right on there, and you can do a countdown for 5 minutes or whatever you want to do if you're doing some kind of group work, and then you can hide it when you're done. Another new feature that I love is the random feature. You can randomly pick on any number of students, and it just pops up, and now Roger, he's going to answer a question, and I'm going to give him positive or negative feedback. And then we can reset him if we really wanted to. It doesn't lose our data, but you can just reset all these students, which is very nice in case you just want to reset them, put them all back to 0. Saves the information again, but you can just reset everybody so you get a clean slate. And if you notice, all the absent students are now gone. So let's say we end class here. And it already pops up a nice graph of the percentage of positive and negative things and even breaks down how many. 13 times we had disrespect. 6 times we participated. 5 times worked hard. And you can even click on each student. Well, what was Mark doing? Well, Mark did all these things throughout the class. And I just created this class, so I don't have a ton of information. But you could say, well, what did we do the whole week? Or what did we do all time? Or maybe if you want to specify a date range, you could say, what did we do during the 2nd quarter or something? So that's a very useful piece of information. And you can even do the trend spotter, which is cool, where you can see what that student did throughout maybe every day. Maybe every Tuesday they're really struggling, or maybe every Wednesday they really participate well. So that's very cool. So when we do that, you can see over here that it keeps track of every single student. We can pick anybody there, which is awesome. And you can even sort them by last name, sort them by first name, sort them by who's getting the most negatives in class. It's pretty nice. Or you can just choose the whole class. Now, this feature is very cool. You can get a parent account, and there's 2 different ways to do this. You can either print parent codes, or you can just type in their email address, and it'll send right to them. What's really useful is this right here, student logins. You can get invitations for your students, which is very cool. So if you click on this, get invitations for your students, it will download a PDF for you. And here's what the PDF looks like. It'll give a little cutout of the student account code, the parent account code, and then it'll have a parent signature. So you can give these sheets to all of the students, which is awesome. And that does a lot of work for you. You could just do that at the beginning of the year, the beginning of the quarter, whenever you get this started. What else can we do with this? What I like to do is when we go to this class, we can always edit students. We can edit this class. And let's say Daryl moved, so I can just get rid of him out of class. It's going to delete the student. All his points will be deleted too, unfortunately. But also you can, at the same time, you can add in someone else at any time you want. Because you obviously get new students throughout the year and you lose students. And you can go to basic info and you can change this whenever you want, and always customize behaviors. You don't just get to do it once, you get to do it as many times as you want to. And remember, this is all completely free, which is fantastic. what's been great in my class is that participation went absolutely through the roof in the usage of Class Dojo, because everyone wanted the +1. They wanted that participation. They wanted to see that they were working hard. And what's really great about the student login is that they can go through and they can change their profile picture to whatever they want. You can do your school photo. They can choose different little monster icons. And then the parent account, they can see every day, they can get a report of how their son or daughter is doing, which is very cool. This is an automatic communication with parents. And maybe on their IEP, there has to be some type of behavior tracking system. And this does it for you, which is fantastic. Absolutely love it. And what's also very cool is that you can do this right from your iPad if you have it. And you can see Class Dojo right here, and I can click on this and walk around with this throughout the day. And I can add different student behaviors, and it's actually really easy. And it does the same exact thing. You can even do the random student, or you can select all the students. It's very nice and functional. So if you don't want students seeing what you're doing, you could definitely just work on this. Another feature that's really cool is that you can also do it on your iPhone. So now my iPhone's on here, and I can go to Class Dojo here and open it up, and I can click on my demo class, and I can do it from my phone, which is awesome. So let's say Penelope, great insights, Megan, good participation. So you can do it right from your phone, which is awesome. It's such a great program because it's interconnected with your iPad, with your iPhone, on any computer you want. You can even do it on a smart board or Promethean board or whatever surface you have on the screen so that students can see, because it really motivates, at least younger students, it really motivates them to do better in class and to participate because they want to show that they're giving effort and participating. What is also great is just keeping track of these things, keeping track of attendance, but keeping track of behavior. You can share this at conferences, which is fantastic information, and you can share it immediately with any parent just if you give them their code. It's a great conversation starter. It's a great way to keep them informed, and it's a great way to remember things that you don't need to remember anymore. You don't need to remember that the student always is getting up to sharpen their pencil. Whatever you want to do, you can completely customize it. Thank you for listening, and I hope this helped.